On line 1 of the list from
we gotta go from 10 to 1, don't we?
All right, let's start at 10, apparently.
Woof, woof.
The 10th ranked
This guy's a dog.
The 10th ranked pick for Goody.
And he's 30 years old, and he plays at USC, but not anymore.
Quay Walker. The 10th ranked pick for Ted Thompson, TJ Lang.
Oh, yeah, this is a big win for TJ Lang. I don't even know if Quay Walker's going to be on the team anymore. TJ had a great career in Green Bay. TJ Lang with a big
multi-time Pro Bowler. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's 1-0. Yeah. Okay, 1-0 Ted. Fair.
Hey. On the number 9 line.
On the 9 line, Corey Linsley for Ted Thompson, Romeo Doubs for Goody.
Yeah, Corey Linsley wins this handily, in my opinion. Romeo Doubs, nice player. Not going to probably be back with this squad, so I think Corey Linsley wins this in a landslide.
So it's 2-0, Ted Thompson leading Brian Gutekunst.
That is correct.
On to the number 8 line, Nick Collins for Ted Thompson. Big play in a Super Bowl, you may recall.
Hall of Fame player if he doesn't hurt his neck.
Shido, Rasheed Walker for Brian Gutekunst.
This, I would say, is the biggest route so far. So Nick Collins with a big boy W on this one. Shido did a great job. He is everything. As a Packer fan, when they announced that draft pick, you couldn't be happier with what you got, and then you're going to get a pick for him. Kudos to Shido that he's on this list, but Nick Collins, come on, man. Come on, man.
Jason, any opinions on how the exercise is going so far?
There's a chance that at number 6 and maybe at number 3, Tausch is going to vote for his guy Goody. I think it's 10-0 doing it this way. I really do.
That's why I wanted to take over.
On the number
but
7
in
line.
Fairness, I don't even know if I took over how many I could get in the W
Correct.
column for Goody.
Yes, this is why the construct seemed
so
a little bit problematic.
We're quitting midway through now.
We're not
you
quitting.
are
We're
changing
adjusting.
the rules.
We are
This was your
adjusting.
idea to do it this way.
No,
we are finishing
no, it was not
this
my
way.
idea to do it this way at all. My idea was to let me pick matchups that could be interesting.
That's terrible. On the number 7 line, Josh Sitton for Ted Thompson and Christian Watson for Brian Gutekunst.
City's my guy. This is a no-brainer. City big time. And Christian Watson, I think he's been good when he's been healthy, but come on, man. Come on, man.
On the number 6 line, as bracketologist Jason Wilde said, there's potential for a Goody victory here. The 6th-ranked pick for Ted Thompson, according to the Ike Packers podcast, Greg Jennings. The number 6 line for Goody, Tucker Kraft.
Yeah, I can understand why I am a big Tucker Kraft fan. Loves pickleball.
It's got to be Jennings.
No, it's not close. Tucker is just getting started. He broke out last year, and I think had he not gotten injured, he would have been an All-Pro and probably viewed as the top tight end in the league. That's how good I think Tucker Kraft is, but he's not there yet. Greg Jennings was a dog for a long time in Green Bay, and had he stuck around in Green Bay for the duration of his career, he is in the Hall of Fame. So Greg Jennings wins this pretty handily.
On the number 5 line for Ted Thompson, David Bakhtiari. For Goody, Zach Tom.
I love Zach Tom. He's a really good football player, but come on, man. Come on, man. T-Bach, another guy who didn't get hurt, Hall of Fame player. Probably cost us a championship by getting hurt on that New Year's Eve.
Yes.
D-Bach, stud. Zach Tom's got a way to go. So, D-Bach wins that handily.
This is so much better than reading the list.
Why y'all didn't let me run the Bob Barker part of this is still amazing to me, but I'm not happy about it. But you're getting what you get, then you better not throw a fit.
Next one's a tough one.
This is my favorite matchup.
Rashan Gary versus Davante Adams.
I don't know, guys. This one's pretty close. You guys are right. I'm sorry. It's a good matchup. This is like a 1 versus a 16.
Rashan Gary versus Davante Adams. Tausch, who you got?
That's not okay. We're laughing because this exercise has turned out to be a lot funnier than I thought. Rashan Gary has been a good football player for Green Bay. Let's not sit here and poo-poo. But Davante's been a stud. He is a Hall of Fame player. Rashan Gary is not. So this one is the biggest route we've had so far.
We have already given Ted the win. Elgton Jenkins, number 3 for Goody. Jordy Nelson, number 3 for Ted.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Elgton, great player. I believe Elgton Jenkins, had he not gotten hurt, I think he was trending. I mean, his early part of his career, man, what he was able to do, I said many times, I don't know of anybody that could do what he did. Center, bam. Mm-hmm. Left guard, bam. Left tackle. You know what? Throw me at right tackle. I'll handle my business, and I'm going to be really good at it. Elgton Jenkins has had a really good career. I think a couple of weeks here, it's going to be over in Green Bay. And Elgton Jenkins deserves it. It's awesome that he's that high on Goody's list. But Jordy, come on, man. Come on, man. Jordy Nelson is one of the all-time great Packers. Great career, obviously. Huge impact. I mean, I can't get my head wrapped around trying to swing this one any other way.
Two more chances.
On the number 2 line. Almost to the main event. Ted Thompson's second best draft pick of all time, according to this Ike Packers podcast, Clay Matthews. The second best pick for Goody, Jaire Alexander. That was his first pick ever, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Correct.
Who do you like better there, Tausch?
So I think if you matched Jaire up with some of the other players on this list, I think you could get a win.
Okay.
But it would be very narrow if it was.
I was going to ask the same question about Elgton. If you'd put him against Sitton, Lang, or Lindsley, I still think I picked those three guys over
Lindsley and
him.
him would be an interesting battle. I don't know which way. At center, there's no doubt I'm picking Lindsley, but as far as an offensive lineman, it's tough sledding here now. It is tough sledding here for Jaire. He ain't getting many votes. Clay Matthews, the impact that guy had for the years that he had. By the way, we don't even have B.J. Raji on this list.
Honorable mention's better than a lot of Goodies. Yeah,
this one's a rout. This one's not close. Again, injury kind of clipped Jaire. Jaire was trending. Sure. Jaire was trending in a big, big way. And I'm bummed about that bummer day against the Pittsburgh Steelers where he lowered his shoulder and he was never the same since.
You're right. Najee Harris. Yep.
So Ted's up 9-0 going into the main event.
It all comes down to this.
Is Jordan Love his best draft pick? I think that's the question.
Yeah.
We all agree on that?
Yeah, I mean, Zach Tom in the 4th round is a really good pick. Right, if we're using that. Tucker Kraft, Division I AA, right, or FCS or whatever we call that level.
FCS.
That he's a really good pick who has blossomed, right? So those are two very good selections for where they got them. But yeah, I mean, the reason why you and Evan Cohen have been such staunch Goody supporters is predominantly because he picked Jordan Love, right? And had the guts to do that. And got,
big boy move. And I love the Micah Parsons pickup. There's a lot of stuff, but...
I'd be curious what, besides being bold and trading for Parsons, which just happened last August, and what happened in drafting Jordan Love, I'm curious
that
what
his first big boy free agency class worked out really well and got Green Bay in position to go to a couple of championship games.
McKinney and Jacobs, right?
Well, I was thinking more of the Smith boys.
No, I know, but I was adding that. I was adding that to your first 4. But yes. All right, the final and Goody's last chance to win it. Jesse, this matchup is between a couple of quarterbacks that have both had some success in the National Football League.
I gave Aaron Rodgers and Ted Thompson the win 3 minutes ago.
Okay.
That is a 10-0 drubbing for Ted Thompson over Tausch's guy, Goody.
I can't. I mean, I don't know what to say or to argue. This is pretty cut and dry. And does that tell us anything?
What does it tell you? You're the Goody guy.
Well, it tells me Ted did a whale of a job, is what it told me. And it probably makes me have to rethink. And Jason's question about what are his big moves and to get into this position, well, those are fair questions. So I think Goody has done a really good job. I still believe, because that roster that Ted left him, I keep going back to that cold, snowy, miserable day, to get the Green Bay Packers flipped as quick and get him to an NFC Championship game and get him to have the 1 seed twice and to get the next quarterback in line. Like, there's a lot of great things that Brian Gutekunst has done. But that championship makes such a difference. And where we're at, these guys all look different if they perform in the postseason like Greg Jennings did, like Jordy Nelson did, like Aaron Rodgers did, like Clay Matthews did. That helps elevate, like Josh Sitton did and TJ. That elevates these guys to that next level. And that tells you, how important postseason play is in building legacies so that this isn't a 10-0 route. Because talent alone, I think you could make an argument, Ted has brought, or Brian Gutekunst has brought in talent. It has not prospered at the right times yet.
So I would say that there are some picks that for Goody the jury is still out on that could end up being among his best that aren't on the list. I would say Evan Williams qualifies. I think Edgerrin Cooper and Javon Bullard. I think that 2024 group is really interesting to me because of Bullard. Because Hopper is probably going to get a big boy opportunity when they let Quay Walker go, and I don't know if he's going to succeed or fail, but we don't know anything about him yet. We haven't really seen much to know about him. And we didn't really talk about Edgerrin Cooper, who we all were crowning a year ago. And I don't think he had a bad. Anybody who says he had a bad season, I would vehemently disagree with.
It wasn't as impactful.
But it wasn't as impactful.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
Anything close to as impactful. And so again, will he be utilized differently with a new defensive coordinator and without Quay Walker potentially on the roster? We'll have to wait and see. So this is something fun to revisit.
10-0 is, that's a bludgeoning.
Yeah,
I don't think it's even close. Like, I can't. I think it'd be really hard pressed for me. I would feel like a total, to use Jesse's term, fraud if I was trying to spin it that Goody won one of those.
Like, I was trying to think of ways we could have reconfigured the list. Like, could we have matched Zach Tom up against so he gets a win?
I don't know if there's any.
And I'm not sure there is anyone.
Ted's list is powerful, man.
So if Jordan Love
is Hall of Fame, and everybody's going to be a Packer Hall of Famer, but he's got Hall of Fame type players in this group.
Right. If Jordan Love is Goody's best pick, where would he go on Ted's list of his top 10? Would he even make it?
And by the way, it's not like Ted didn't have some not great picks mixed in there, right? His first round picks, Dayton Jones, Nick Perry. There was that Jarrell Worthy pick back in 2012 in the second round. Like, he had his, but like, there's a bunch of pretty damn good football players that we didn't even include among his best 10.
Who was on the honorable mention from Ted?
So you mentioned B.J. Raji.
Raji.
Right? Going back from 17, names that I don't have any problem with the list, by the way. I thought this was a really good list that was put together by whoever Ike is, okay? But names that jumped out at me while we were going through it that didn't even make his top 10. Aaron Jones is not on that list.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
Kenny Clark.
Kenny Clark's pretty good.
Is not on that list. When you think back to the 2014 draft, we hit on the two really good players there. Micah Hyde in 2013 is not on that list. Mike Daniels from 2012 is not on that list.
Ted low-key, till the end, he kicked blank.
Randall Cobb is not included on that list.
Let me tell you something. I think, I always look for what
our friend Brian Bulaga
is not even on the list. I think we need to revisit the legacy of Ted Thompson. Like, Ted is pretty blanking good. People got after him at the end, and deservedly so. It was, however, everything shook itself out. Was not great. But Ted Thompson knew what the blank he was doing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Instead of this being an anti-Goody thing, which is, I think, maybe where this was headed, I think this should be more of a, oh, my God, did Ted Thompson – because that 2014 team was Aaron Rodgers' best team.
Mm-hmm.
Not the 2010 or the 2011 championship team. By the way, he signed Charles Woodson along the way.
Signed Julius Peppers. Ryan Pickett. He was not an extensive user of free agency, but when he used it really intelligently. There aren't a lot of Aaron Banks or Nate Hobbs signings in that mix
the deal.
either.
Ted Thompson, had we done what we should have done in 2014, Ted Thompson's in the Hall of Fame. Not the Packer Hall of Fame. He's in the big boy NFL Hall of Fame. That's why Mike Holmgren is not in yet, even though he did great things in Seattle. That's why the postseason matters so much. Ted Thompson, we forget until we get a reminder from Ike on the amount of talent he brought in over the course of his 12-year, whatever it was, career.
And he was never appreciated to the degree that he should have been. Never.
But part of that is because he never clamored for it. He didn't ask for it. He didn't want it. And we should have man, that is an impressive list of players that Ted Thompson put together. And we should have had more championships than what we got.
Yep, you're definitely